Like how I told you, you can just observe where the thought Om starts from and ends. That's very important to observe. Same way, there is another process we can get involved with, all within yourself. Take a deep breath. Start from the throat region. Take a breath. Concentrate mentally on the throat, on the breath. And exhale from the throat. And it will go to the navel. Up starts from the navel, up to the throat, and down from the throat to the navel. So this is called internal breathing method. Let it be very slow and steady, as comfortable as possible. Here also you observe the breath, where it starts from and where it ends. Internally observe, consciously observe, and here once again you are doing the job of eliminating the thoughts, and observation will be only on the breath, and the mind will also be quietened over a period by this method. This has all these have been practiced over the years, and all the sages have done this and been benefited immensely and reached the totality of the self in themselves, which is even your birthright. It has to be experienced, not just heard and appreciated. It's a birthright of all human beings. The facility is given by Almighty only to humans and not any other living creatures. How blessed are we? And do we make use of this life for the purpose for which we are born? This is a purpose, and this is how it has to be achieved. During the above practical processes you are involved, the self principle, the cosmic energy, will cooperate on the aim you have set and takes you towards it. You have to only start the process. Be at it for a period. On the path, there may be some hurdles you observe, and we shall discuss that also. How will you overcome? We have to be practical in everything what we do. Know your thoughts, you will know who you are. You sit and observe the thoughts on the mental screen. Approach it scientifically, logically. What kind of thoughts come? Observe. Thoughts concerning the past events and future come one by one, or alternatively from past to the future and future to the past. If you want to give a color to the thoughts, it will consist of good thoughts, bad thoughts, ugly thoughts. Though thought is a thought, nothing like good, bad and ugly thoughts. Still, for understanding purpose, let us analyze from that point of view. Good thoughts are those that are pleasant to observe. All the good things happen to you. First childhood thoughts, the thoughts of buying a new house. So many things happened pleasant in your life. First, when you bought your house, when you got married, when you got your first child, all these thoughts come, are pleasant. All these events appear one by one on the mental screen. Likewise, ugly thoughts which you don't like, perverted thoughts sometimes, sad thoughts sometimes. I repeat here that there is nothing like good, bad and ugly thoughts, but we just want to describe it that way so that one can understand. Now you are simply observing each thought one by one. The process is what you are doing is knowing every thought of your mind. You begin to know your own mind then. You are on the path to know yourself. You begin with the mind, but do not stay in that situation very long, because this is only the process to remove your worry, anxiety and tension. This is an exercise to do for that. For example, worry thoughts come, whether a student, a child will pass with a good marks, will get the job you applied for, how to cover up losses in the business, etc. Likewise, tension thoughts. Can you do that today? Time-bound thoughts. By this time you must finish the job. Whether you can do it. In a situation like something unexpected, what decision to take, etc. Tension thoughts. Then anxious thoughts. Anxiety concerning about the future. So, one by one, all these thoughts come and go. What I am trying to say here is that there is nothing like tension thought, anxiety thought, worry thoughts, bad thoughts, etc. All these colors, we only give it depending upon the reaction we invoke in ourselves. If we don't react to the thoughts for this particular time, there is no coloring of the thoughts then. Thought is a thought, that's all. Let us be practical about it. Only if we react, then the coloring of the thought starts. So all these above groups of thoughts appearing on the mental screen, what you do now? 23 hours a day you devote and react to the thoughts and acted on most of the thoughts. And this time, this particular time, you are decided to devote to yourself. You are simply observing and not taking any reaction. This you must keep in mind. What advantage you derive from this process? Now I'll tell you that. One thought, you push in your mind, all these thoughts are replaceable with solutions, alternatives, result-oriented thoughts. This is very important thought you must push in your mind. All these thoughts can be replaced with whatever thoughts you want. Solution thoughts, positive thoughts. For example, a child is not getting admission for a particular course. This thought is running in your mind. Alternative thought, replace it now with a positive thought that if not this course, number of courses available. Why worry? Then this worry thought about the child will vanish and you will think positively about the next future course of action, which is definitely a positive energy functioning now. Anxious tension thoughts, what will happen, etc. Replace with the solution thoughts that when it comes I will see what to do. Why worry now? Or I will do this. To remove this worry and tension from my mind, I'll act like this. Thought should be replaced with positive thoughts. Push it. Introduce the positive thought. Replace it with practical solution thoughts. Remember one thing, everyone in the world is going through difficulties and everybody going through. This situation is definitely not specially meant for you. So everyone shares what you're going through. We're all on the same boat, but each one has to solve their problems. The positive way is to sit and analyze what goes on in your mind and know yourself. And introduce the positive energy or allow the positive energy from yourself, from within yourself to operate. And that will offer you solutions. Whatever others offer, any solutions they offer may not be convincing. You'll be asking 101 questions regarding the solution. But the solution, what you get from within yourself, deep from within yourself, will be convincing for you, for which you have to do the processes I told you as above. And you will get the solution definitely. The same thoughts also will give you solution. Because now you got the time to replace them with the positive thoughts. Each and every thought should be replaced with a positive thought. Let the positive energy flow right from the beginning, from inside you, and take over. There will not be any negative thoughts. At one stage, you will experience that. Even it comes, it will be momentary and it will disappear without your having to drive it away. So, you have two procedures, one watching the breath and another watching the Om sound, where it starts, where it goes, where it ends. The gap between the sinking of the breath and the sound is the home of yourself, that is the gap, where it sinks, and the time it has taken to emerge from it, and how long it stays there, without any effort on your part, naturally. If you remain there, you are remaining in yourself. Mind, once absorbed in it, even for a few seconds, would love to return to the same experience. So now your job becomes easier because you have the cooperation of the mind now. Where the sound ends and where the breath ends and where the breath starts, where the sound starts, that is a place the mind is resting now in yourself at this moment. This experience is true. It is unpolluted. Enjoys the peace without any external assistance. The mind enjoys the peace now without any cause. Nothing external comes in the picture here. And no one external comes in the picture. If this happiness is caused by any event, then the event disappears, the happiness also disappears. But no event and no one has caused the mind this happiness. Hence, this peace or joy cannot be lost because it is from within you and is not from anybody or anything external. It is yours. It is from within you. Hence, anytime available for you without any restrictions for you. The whole purpose behind all this is to allow the positive, pure consciousness energy to dominate in you instead of the body, mind, senses, intellect to dominating you, because all these are now directed by the pure energy, which is yourself. Meaning, yourself has taken the charge of all these characters. Now they obey you like a child. This is no theory. I told you everything practical, and you know now how to practice it. Devote little time every day and think in yourself. It's your birthright. So long your life was like a small log of wood in the sea, tossed about by the wind, waves, etc. Log of wood cannot fix any direction. Like the senses, mind, body, all driving you so far without any destination. Now with the processes you follow, you'll be the ship, captain, powerful and steering towards your goal. All your senses, body, mind and intellect will be directed towards the goal. You will direct all this now with a clear goal inside and power. We all go to holy places for worship. It's good. We all have read books, heard lectures, and even doing purification of the body, mind, by fasting, etc. We all do. Most of us do, rather. But did all this give that complete inner peace, unshakable by any events in life? Did any of these actions involving all the above said procedures come to the rescue and solve the problems of tension, anxiety, worries? Still, in spite of doing all the above, most of us can be shaken by even a very small upsetting event. That means what cannot be used for practical purposes to solve our problems of life, and what cannot be used to relieve the tension permanently in your life, I don't say all the procedures is wrong, but know their limitations. Know the limitations. And beyond that, you have to grow. That's what I want to insist. You have to dive within yourself. Whenever you want, the solution is there within you, and you know where it can be found, how it can be found. That also you know now. I have heard people living in cities. I myself live in the city. People in the cities grumble that they are away from the nature. It is not a fact. You just can't be away from the nature even for a single second. You are living with the nature even in crowded cities. We just don't have the time to think in our busy lives. That's all. That atmospheric influence or effect may be different in the woods, lakes, trees and forests and mountains around you when you go to such places. Here also we live in cities, in houses with the bricks and stones. We use wooden tables. All came from the trees, from the nature. Water we use, it is nature, came from the lakes, rivers. Don't you agree with me? The air without which we cannot exist. We all have it, here, right here, wherever we are. We have to just feel it and take time for it. We are not away from the nature, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Without air in the tires, no vehicles can move. Planes cannot fly. We are living part of the nature. We don't realize it. Whose fault is that? Fire, without which cooking is not possible. Gas, electricity, all from the nature. We use every day. So we have to just notice and feel it. Take few seconds. So why grumble? We are away from the nature. Why go far looking for it? Air, trees, mountains and rivers. Everything is right here, as I told you, as we all know. We only have to feel it. We are wonderstruck when we see a cave, when the ancient man used to live. We long for it to live in that place. We envy him. Why? We are also living in caves with the bricks and stones, but modern caves, all flats, houses, bungalows are all modern caves according to me. So we are never away from the nature. Even from that angle, if you want to think, wherever you are, you just can't exist if you are away from the nature. That's a fact. Flowers, fruits and vegetables, where do these come from? From Mother Earth. Don't forget that. Hence, I feel, and I tell you that, wherever you are, as per the station of life, you can feel and realize the Mother Nature even in the outside world, in day-to-day life. Even when you hug a pillow, the clothes you wear, everything came from the cotton Mother Nature. What proof you want to know how you are close to the nature? 5 elements of the nature. We cannot even exist without one of them. Going to the mountain, lakes, resort, etc. is okay for an atmospheric effect. But do not say that going to such places only will bring you happiness. Experience the nature wherever you are. That's what I want to tell you. Don't miss the nature. We are forced to live in cities. Still, we can be happy. We have to take few seconds every day to think on these lines. That's all. Ancient man was perfect man in life. He worshipped all the 5 elements, as he knew he cannot survive without any one of them. We are modern people, we forgot or don't have the time to see and think about the nature, though it is close to us in everyday life. The illusory world which we have created for our comfort and convenience, has robbed this. The capacity to think of the source and from where all this came from, the Mother Nature. As an individual, everyone has to play his her role, the fullest ability. Still, one should devote time to realize oneself, to reach one's self at the bottom. That is the whole purpose of life. To feel the cosmic energy within you and experience the oneness of the universe then within yourself, as the self exists in everyone, in all creatures. There is no difference. Like I told you, all the rays of the sun come from one source. Nature only lives forever, knows no beginning and no end. We are all like bubbles in the water. Each individual is a bubble appearing in different shapes and forms at different times and disappearing. All the bubbles appear, emerge from the water in the lake, live in the water, and disappear into the lake, the water. So, if you call the lake the cosmic consciousness, we all came from it, live there, and disappear there, merge in it. So one cannot even think that one can be away from the nature or the consciousness. You are, even as an individual, you are living on the lap of nature. Before you were born, you were part of nature. Even after disappear, you merge into the nature. This is a fact, this is a truth. We have an advantage as a human being to realize that consciously, here and now and in this birth. We don't have to treat ourselves as a small, frail individual with a body and mind to disappear tomorrow. No, not at all. The greatest living energy is within you, within me, and that is you. That is you. That is verily real you. That is a single cell. Realize that. And now, that's your light. Be that. Operate from there. You will not be operating, the self will be operating from that point, the moment you remove the blockage of the mind. Start from this moment to reach your very self, very nature of yourself, energy, the source, the light within you. By commencing the inward journey, little bit time you devote every day, you shall achieve it. And the life will be worth living. There will be less complaints, more meaning, more energy, more positive results, more people you can keep them happy by just merely with your presence. Leave it to the Mother Nature to conduct the course of your life. She cannot go wrong. She will do a perfect job for you. There is always perfection in whatever Mother Nature does. Sun rises exactly and sets exactly. One can predict the time. The flowers bloom seasonal, exactly same time. The spring, autumn, summer, winter, monsoon, everything happens as per the cycle. So, we're all part of it. You and me are part of the very nature. Discover the nature within you. Be part of it. Let the nature rule you. There will be only glory, glory and glory, peace and joy and happiness, all that belong to you. Take it. It's yours. Nobody can take anything from this world, unfortunately. Anyway, what is the need? If you can realize right here that you are an inseparable and integral part of this great universe, only thing we have to do is to realize this fact here and now. Let's do it. That is the very purpose of my talking to you so long. Thank you.